Parliament will, on April 29, 2019, hold an emergency session to approve the Vigilantism and other related offences bill that seeks to outlaw the activities of party militias. Attorney General Gloria Kufu laid the document on the floor of Parliament on Thursday, requesting it to be treated with urgency. The Speaker referred it to the Committee on Constitutional and Legal Affairs to determine its urgency. Well, a request earlier rejected by the minority.
Of the House. Honourable members, the outstanding order 119, the determination of the urgency or otherwise of the bill for the purposes of its consideration by Parliament, is the prerogative of the relevant committee of Parliament. In this regard, honourable members, the House shall await the determination of the Committee on Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs on the referral, mindful, of course, that this Honourable House is expected to adjourn sine die tomorrow, Friday, 12 April 2019. It's referred accordingly. Yes, Honourable Minority Leader.
The nature of the bill and the matters that it is seeking to regulate, in my view, requires broader consultation, in my view.
And for you, what would be the consequence if it's really pushed through under certificate of urgency?
It might be ineffective in dealing with vigilantism. We need the Peace Council, we need IDEC, which has been speaking on this matter, we need the police.
To really deal with this, we need to work together to understand what it is, and then to be able to pass a legislation. And if you are pushing us to do this within a day, 24 hours, in fact, not 24 hours, because we're going to sit here for the next, let's say, 5-6 hours. And so within 5-6 hours, we must pass this. That is not right. We are dealing with an issue about freedom of speech. We are dealing with an issue of freedom of assembly. We are dealing with the right of political parties to exist and to function.
Recommendations of the eminent commission would have enriched this law. Who knows that some very significant recommendations have been made based on all the work they did, the experts they spoke to, and all of that. That will inform this legislation for it to be a good law. You can have, it's not just about rushing to pass a law. You can have a bad law.
But the Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee, in its report to Parliament, said the bill is an urgent one and so will be treated as such when it has to be.
The committee has duly considered the urgency or otherwise of the bill and determines by a unanimous decision that the bill is of an urgent nature and may be taken through all the stages in one day in accordance with Article 106(3)(13) of the Constitution and Order 119 of the Standing Orders of the House. The committee, however, recommends to the House to allow sufficient time to enable the committee to engage political parties, civil society organizations, security experts, and other stakeholders to solicit their views and perspectives towards the enactment of a robust law to combat the menace.
All stakeholders should please, in this connection, send their views, including all political parties, immediately to Parliament for consideration and report by our committee. The table office is further ordered, honourable members, so that honourable members order. Furthermore, I direct that the table office should ensure the motion in this connection is deleted for a date we resume work on the 29th of April for urgent deliberation as 29th of April. On the very first day we resume, it must be there. for our urgent consideration. This bill further.
Away from that, the Ghana Education Service is set to roll out a new school curriculum in September that puts greater emphasis on literacy and numeracy. The new curriculum will also make the study of history of Ghana a compulsory subject for classes 1 to 6. Maxwell Agbagba has been learning more about it.
According to the Director General of the Ghana Education Service, Professor Kwesi Opoku Amankwa, the last time a new curriculum was introduced was in 2007. He added that it is standard practice to review educational curriculum every 5 years. Professor Kwesi Opoku Amankwa provided further details about the new curriculum and uniforms.
The new curriculum that we are rolling out has some key features that we want to highlight. At the KG, the number of subjects have been reduced from 7 to 4. And within the 4 subjects, we will do more in-depth teaching. At the lower and upper primary, the number of subjects remains the same. However, there will be more depth in each subject with greater emphasis on literacy and numeracy. School uniforms for junior high schools. And the minister, through consultations, presented a memo to cabinet, which was duly accepted for us to change the junior high school uniform from next academic year.
On teachers writing exam questions on chalkboards, he said steps have now been put in place for all districts to get printing machines for their exam papers next term. The National Council for Curriculum and Assessment designed the new syllabus. Dr. Prince H. Ama, who is part of the team, said, amongst other features of the new curriculum, students will be assessed in a national test at stages 2, 4, and 6.
So you see, the point is that if people are experience the curriculum, they need to be able to, we need to be able to track the progress of these people, you know, and so that we do not wait until they get to, say, junior high school before we are able to tell where they have gotten to. So large.
Now let's take you to the central region, and residents of Komenda are worried about government's delay in reviving the sugar factory there. Though the factory encountered several challenges, even before the Akufo-Addo government assumed office, it promised to get the factory working. That promise, though, is yet to be fulfilled, and residents say they've had enough of the excuses. Richard Kojonyako sent through this report.
So the 30th of May was when this Komenda sugar factory was commissioned by President John Dramani Mahama. It was the same day little Akosua was also born at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. Now, next month, Akosua will be 3 years. Akosua is growing beautifully. But the Komenda sugar factory is simply refusing to grow. There are no activities here that would romance the machines in there to produce the sugar, the very purpose for which the Komenda sugar factory was established. Ever since it was commissioned, the structure is gradually rusting away. Now, ever since it was commissioned, days have been swallowed into weeks, weeks have been swallowed into months, and months have been swallowed into years. But here is the factory that stands idle. Isaac Bentum used to work in the old Komenda sugar factory. In fact, he learnt many skills here, but now he strolls by the Komenda sugar factory carrying a painful heart.
I am here. Opening Akufo-Addo. This will be no sort of man. Family working on Okodu. What I should know would you ma BBI Sisiano factory the one I the Mara.
I am sad at what is happening. I was looking forward to the continuation of the Komenda sugar factory after a change in government. By now, we should have been seeing vigorous planting of sugarcane to feed the factory. I have worked in the Commander Sugar Factory for the past 17 years. I learned how to drive here. I used to drive Caterpillar and other machines. But now, it pains me that the factory has become a white elephant. So this is the Commander town. And as you can see, a lot of people are gathered here. The young and the old are here. They are playing drafts. They tell me that it's because they don't have anything to do. They were hoping that the Commander Sugar Factory would operate so that some of them would get some jobs to do.
Sir.
And in the Volta region, after several months of residents drinking dirty water, Mango Chideke, a village in the region, now has its dysfunctional borehole flowing properly. A JoyNews Safe Water campaign and a hotline documentary titled Left Behind put the spotlight on how the first of two boreholes constructed for the people produced not a single drop of water, while the other gave them not more than a panful a day. This is a situation which compelled the residents to drink from a muddy stream nearby. The stream has since dried up, but there's enough water to go around the community now because engineers have corrected the anomaly which impeded flow of the water from the borehole. Gifty Ando Apia has more.
This is the first borehole the village received. Not just is it situated far away from the village, but it never produced water for them. In 2014, they got a new borehole from an NGO through then DCE Michael Ajaho after JoyNews told the story. That borehole had a similar problem, producing a little above a pan of water a day. That situation compelled them to drink from a very dirty stream.
The water is dirty, but that is our only option. We have the borehole, but it does not collect water. We sometimes filter the water before drinking it. When I see the DCE, I would tell him to look at the water and use it. If the water is not good for him, then he should come and dig a good borehole for us.
I've come to check on the stream. The whole of this place used to be filled with water. At least that was the situation last year when I came here. And the people in Mango Chideke depended on that water to augment a borehole that did not flow. Following the hotline documentary, Karen DCE Dixon Jokwe told JoyNews the assembly had provided water tankers for the village, a pronouncement which turned out to be false. The community is not happy.
The DCE promised us some water, but he didn't bring it. He didn't bring the water, and it's affecting the town. It bothered us a lot that he didn't bring the water. I would say he hasn't done well enough in that regard. He should do well and get us potable water.
Well, today, that dysfunctional borehole flows much better, as a couple of the men here demonstrate to me now. Member of Parliament for the area, Charles Agbeve, sent in engineers to fix the problem after the hotline documentary Left Behind and the JoyNews Safe Water project put a spotlight on the situation. The residents, however, still want a more sustainable solution to this water problem, and that is to connect pipes from the district assembly, where pipe-borne water flows every day, to the villages here. Gifty Andopia, JoyNews, Mango Chideke, Volta region.
And that's where we ended. We're bringing you even more on the newspaper review in just a moment when Mamavi joins us. So stay with us. More in just a moment. But Daddy Rowe.
Yeah, I'm ready with the traffic. And very soon we'll try to know what the traffic situation is. And as always, please make sure that you touch base with the main portal, traffic.com.gh, for the rest of the morning. And let us get to know what you think. Well, especially we'll look at some of those areas around Tetekwashi, the Bema Camp Gifford Road, etc. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll have all those.